Ashley Odum, also known as Coach's wife. I'm a mom too, and a teacher at John Battle. They're over there. And they're right there. But my greatest role is a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm not here to tell you about struggle. I'm here to tell you about hope and faith. There's only one real hope in life, and that's putting 100% faith and trust in Jesus Christ. Ironically enough, I was saved at school, which is weird, right? At age 11. Bible study was actually an elective we had. Weird, right? But I'm glad it was. At 11, I knew I needed God and I needed to live for Him. As years passed, that changed. As I grew up, I went through the Christian motions. I lived for God and proclaimed my love for God when it was appropriate and convenient. I called on God when I needed Him. I went to church every Sunday and I attended every youth group just like I was supposed to do because I was saved and that was good enough. Even though I thought it was, that's not being a Christian. Actually, it's not even close to being a Christian. A relationship with Jesus is the only way to be a Christian, period. I wouldn't just call on my friends when I needed them. I wouldn't just call my mom when I needed her. So why did I just call on Jesus when I needed Him? I learned that lesson as I grew up and I grew closer to Christ. You can't have a relationship with anybody, especially Jesus, if it's just one of convenience. There's nothing complicated about it, actually. He meets us all exactly where we are. If we put our faith in Him, He gives us the hope we need to make it through each and every day. And I am proof of that. There was a time about 2 months ago that I had trouble putting one foot in front of the other. But God always answers our prayers, even if it's not quite the answers we expect. I prayed for 3 years, and especially this summer, that God would end John's suffering and that he would be completely rid of pain. Just please make it stop. Just make it stop. It was really hard to watch. It was hard for my kids to watch. But he gave it everything because John was not a quitter. And I'm not a quitter. And I hope and pray that that we instill a never quit attitude that we pass on to our kids. God doesn't quit on us, and He doesn't want us to quit on Him. He wants us to persevere. So knowing that, God did exactly what I asked Him to do. He answered my prayer. John doesn't suffer anymore. It's not the answer that any of us had in mind when I prayed it, but it's still exactly what I asked Him to do. God was merciful. Hands down, losing John was the lowest point in my life. Even waking up was a struggle. I didn't know how to do life without him. I didn't know where to start. So I didn't know what else to do. I just prayed. I honestly put everything that I had into my faith and my hope. And I want my kids to see and know that. And by my kids, I mean mine. And I mean y'all. I said that Jesus meets us where we are, and He does. I've said this to everybody that I know. God took John to be with Him. But He gave me 1,000 in His place to help take care of me and take care of my kids. provides hope in every single situation that I face and every single situation that you face. And does that make any of this easy? Absolutely not. Is there still hurt and there's still suffering? Yep. But what greater reward is there of a place where there isn't any of this? There's not one. What greater reward is there than an eternity with Jesus and everybody we love? There's not one. Faith and trust are the only hopes we have in this life. Y'all, life is so temporary. Nothing that you have here will last forever. Nothing. But thankfully, God provides an everlasting love and gives us a hope for the future. Salvation is 100% free. It's one of the few things that is free. All you got to do is ask Him. And to quote one of my favorite daily devotions, life has a lot of uncertainties. They're uncomfortable. Yet in these situations, we're to remember that faith is the victory, not just the outcome. God is responsible for the results. Our job is the faith. No matter what, no matter how hard things get, no matter how the details play out in the end, God is most assuredly in control and working for our best. So then how much should we trust Him in our most severe trials? The answer is 100%. We should trust Him even when we don't understand. He knows we don't understand. He knows everything. He tells us in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." He holds our future and He will take care of us. We just have to stand in faith and hope. So that's exactly what I choose to do. I choose to stand up in hope and keep a strong faith. Our lives on earth will end. There is zero doubt about that. But we can live forever if we choose to live in Christ. God is still good. So don't give up. Put your faith and trust in Him. And never, ever, ever stop praying.